A few weeks ago, I challenged One Star Bakeries to make this insane wedding cake, and this is how they did. But you all flooded the comment section challenging me to see if I could do better than them, so let's find out. I got a lot of products to try this. So I got the cake dummies because like, there ain't no way I was gonna bake a 3-tier wedding cake when we've got no one to give a 3-tier wedding cake to. So we're gonna just do the top tier. And I got a bunch of different molds and things for the appliques and flowers. Because again, they use fake flowers. We're gonna do them edible and make them really, really great. And a 10th appliques. But I don't want it to just look better. I think we can also improve on the flavor. So we give them chocolate mocha. I bake my favorite chocolate cake. Now, normally I add in a little bit of espresso powder to oomph up that flavor of chocolate. I add an extra espresso powder so just like oomph up that flavor of coffee and replace my hot water with hot coffee. So this is like chocolate, but like, yes, coffee, but I think we can also do better with the filling. I'm just not exactly as confident on that side. It's gonna be delicious because it's buttercream, but I really wanna have that milky goodness in the buttercream. So I'm thinking gold espresso is supposed to be really good. I just use it in cakes. I never actually have it in anything else. I know the cake tastes more chocolatey than it does coffee, so I know I can go more oomphy with coffee in the filling. That's way too much liquid. We have to do this again. That's better. Now I feel like I have like little liquid coffee gold.
Too much?
No, it's so good. And like, it is like coffee. I feel like very fancy cakes and wedding cakes have all these thin layers of cake and thin layers of icing, and they're very layered up. I wanted to replicate that a little bit. This is just gonna be, I feel like, screaming wedding flavor. Okay, I have to watch my heights because these I know are specific heights. So I don't wanna go taller than these so that way it matches the heightness of it.
Heightness?
Heightness, yeah. Like likeness, but height. I don't know if anybody else does this. Whenever I layer up a cake, I always feel like I've just gotta like tap them on the side, just to, like make sure the layers are like squished together and squish out some of that weight on the top. I will say it is imperative that this crumb coat is flawless, so that way the fondant going on top is flawless, and that it is rock hard. So my goal, get this crumb coated and get it into the fridge. Then I gotta start making those edible flowers because those are also gonna take a long time to dry. It has been so long since I covered a cake in fondant. I 100% didn't used to use this tool. So I'd be smoothing out the whole cake with icing with this tool, doing a terrible job, and then my fondant would look all lumpy and I'd wonder why. Because my cake wasn't smooth. Because even with fondant, your cake has to be smooth. This makes the cake smooth. I'm still nervous about the fondant side of it though. I'm happy in this side of the video, and I feel like slowly we're just gonna see my mood change as I get more stressed out about the fondant. Looks good. Get this in the fridge. I got a lot of fondant. That's a lot of cake to cover. So the flowers look like they're kind of an off-white, like an ivory. Let's start there. I have this big drawer full of food colorings, but with fondant, I need gel, and I'm out of ivory. So this is gonna have to do.
What color is this?
Sienna, which like, I feel like is a little bit more pinky than ivory, but it's kind of just like slightly off-white. Okay, Sienna was looking a bit pink, but with a touch of like the green, the avocado, Kevin's idea, just like cancel out the pinkness. Kevin got me a new device. We've got a pasta roller to roll our fondant really thin. The biggest thing I hate about making sugar flowers is how thin you have to roll your fondant or gum paste. You have to roll it so thin that it's almost see-through, so that way you can ruffle the edges and make it almost translucent.
So don't get your hair in there.
It's a hazard.
It's okay, Archie. She's just running because she feels an urgency for something. No need to panic. No, I just said there's no need to panic.
Shut up. I have been rolling it out by hand all of these years. So much faster. Sizing. I think that these cups would be the perfect size for the big flowers. I think the vibe is we just run it along this edge, and as you push down on the foam, it's gonna curl up the fondant to make it look more like a flower petal. It's got 2 layers of this big kind of like ivory fluffy looking shape. So my vibe is to do the bigger one and then to come in on the inside with a smaller one like this. And then I think that's it for the ivory. And then I think it's gold in the center. So I think that's the vibe.
Oh, sorry. Can you do that again?
The vibe. Okay, let's just add a couple pretty clips to make this seem like it actually took only 30, 60 seconds long. Sorry, what? Yeah, okay, it's been a couple days. The flowers needed to dry. I needed them rock hard so they could just hold their perfect little shape, but I think maybe I nailed it. I feel very good about the flowers, especially considering I don't do a lot of sugar flowers, but I think the gold and the ivory, I think it's working. I've got all the different sizes. Now, I didn't have any plastic molds for the medium-sized flowers, so Kevin made me just these little cups out of tin foil. We made them out of tin foil, and that I think worked perfectly. So I feel good about the flowers. Now we have to color the rest of the fondant for the 3-tier cake. I also anxiously played around with the color. I think I've got the color. So it is a mix of ocean, emerald, and black to kind of make this really dark, beautiful color. I feel like if we put up the cake, the greens, I think they're good. The biggest thing with the One Star Bakeries, one of them is definitely more in the like yellow tone green family. The other one still was a little bit. I wanted that like blue undertone green, that really rich color. So a hack online that apparently you can mix all of your color for your fondant in your mixer with the dough hook. So I wanted to try that out too, because sitting here and kneading the amount of fondant I'm gonna have to knead to cover 3 cakes, my hands can't take that kind of beating. This is about 5.5 pounds of fondant. Normally I just eyeball how much fondant I'm gonna need, but I looked up online trying to figure out roughly how many pounds for these tiers. This is what I came up with. I hope that it's enough, because if it's not, it's gonna be really hard to color match it once it's all dyed. I don't wanna do too much fondant in general because I only have these containers and we need a lot of food coloring to get that really dark color. Oh my God, Kevin.
What?
I think that's the big dough hook. Kevin.
Is that for the other mixer? Do we have one for this mixer?
Yes, it's a tiny dough hook.
Well, where is it, Lori?
I don't know, you probably found the wrong bowl.
No. I found the right bowl.
Oh yeah, that would 1000% break the bowl.
Where's the little dough hook?
You would have blamed it on me and my amount of fondant.
Let's see where we had this dough hook. This is where she kept her other dough hook, Julia. Does this make any sense? Look, in this room, in this closet, and it was in this bowl, which is for the small mixer. Do you see this? Yeah, no other dough hooks in there.
Somebody stole the dough hook. We don't know where it is, so we're using our other big mixer that this dough hook fits into, so.
Probably better, it's a more powerful mixer.
Yeah, ocean.
You don't think that's too much?
Don't terrify me.
I'm not trying to, you're normally like so conservative with how much food coloring you put in, and you just like put the whole bottle in. I feel like it's like I'm like having a flashback to something. I just can't think of what.
1 to 2 tablespoons, and I'm doubling this. That would be 2 to 4 tablespoons, like this.
Yeah, but that's a lot, isn't that? Whoa.
That's a tablespoon.
Yeah, but did they specify which food coloring? That's gel food coloring. Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're gonna take some out because
it might be fine.
Now you freaked me. It's too late. You freaked me out. We're just gonna take this like whole piece with all this emerald and then a little bit of black.
What did you learn?
Don't poke with a poking stick. Don't.
You want to explain what we're doing right now?
Don't press record.
What's going on?
I grabbed this and started doing this, and he runs over to press record on the camera. Let's not miss Lori with the tongs. We think there's too much fondant in, and it's not mixing because like it's hard because there's all this like white and color. So we're taking some out, and I felt like this was the. What would you have done, Kevin? Because you feel a little bit judgy with the pressing of the buttons.
I just wanted to make sure that we're capturing the critical things that are happening. You know, that's my job, is to just document the process, and I wanted to document this part of the process.
Because sitting here and kneading the amount of fondant I'm gonna have to knead.
Lori got impatient.
It was not working very well.
You're really good at that, though.
I do not work with fondant anymore. So this is kind of a throwback and challenging skills that I used to have.
You make it look easy. I used to help you with that. I hated it. It was
It's
the
hard.
worst thing ever.
It's hard, especially if you don't have like the freshest fondant that's like not soft. Dye on the countertop. If you put dish soap directly on it, and just like sounds crazy, just trust the process because otherwise you're gonna stain your countertop. Boiling water. Hey, it's like magic.
Have you ever tried to just wipe it up without boiling water?
Yes, it does not work. You need the straight dish soap and you need boiling water, and it comes right up. For the styrofoam, to get the fondant to stick, I'm using shortening. I've never done shortening before. I think I've done usually like piping jelly, but that's like really sticky. Apparently this is just like enough stick to get it, the fondant stuck. I'm stressed. I've always been stressed covering cakes in fondant because they suck, but I feel even more stressed now because it's been so long since I've covered a cake in fondant. Also, it being a very dark color means the fondant is a little bit extra sticky. You ready? Because like it's gonna be like a...
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
No, not even like the littlest. No, oh, it's bad. Oh, it's so bad. Oh no.
Just take a breath. You need some meditation is what you need.
Meditation. Okay, we're just gonna go.
You are one with the fondant.
I'm one with the fondant. I'm one, get off of there, with the fondant. I'm one with, okay. See, a couple little issues, but I think it's okay. Especially since a large portion of this is being covered in appliques. Thing is, I can see the bakeries having an up on me when it comes to like the smoothness of their fondant, because this is not what I do. One, I don't do wine cakes. Two, I don't cover cakes in fondant, right? So I feel like that's where they're gonna have the upper hand because that's more what they specialize in. But I think where I'm gonna win out is because the time that I can put into the details with the appliques and the flowers, because I don't have to worry about how much time this is costing me for this cake to make money. I'm just doing it for funsies.
So you're just doing this for funsies?
Well, like,
Are you having a good time?
no, not at all. But it's for a video, so it's different, right? It's different than like, I've got to be worried about like how many hours I'm spending and how much I'm charging for that, and like I'm still making money on this. Whereas the bakery's gonna cut corners. I don't have to cut those same corners. It's not half bad. I'm impressed considering I haven't done it for so long, but like, I hate working with fondant because it's so challenging and expensive to work with, and everyone hates the taste of it, but I haven't had to cover cakes in a long time because I perfected the right tools, recipes, and techniques for flawless buttercream cakes that look like fondant. And it honestly bugs me so much how many years I struggled when the solution was so simple. Just hours wasted of me obsessing over that same side of the cake that, like, let's be honest, was never actually smooth. But that is why I created my course, to save you from all of the wasted time and frustration that I went through with not just smoothing, but like recipes, design, decorating, everything. I designed my course to be the guide that like I wish that I had when I was first starting out. And once you learn those techniques and put them into practice, the only limit to baking and decorating beautiful cakes is your creativity and maybe the price of eggs, although I do have a hack for that too. And we are currently running our first ever sale for 35% off. And if you're one of our members here on YouTube, there's a special link on our members page for 50% off. Also, if you're not currently a member and you just want that extra discount, feel free to join up, binge the content, get the discount, and cancel if you like. I wanted to cover this in buttercream and not fondant because I knew I could get it really smooth and looking good. But no, since they did fondant, I had to do fondant. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, go. It's like the worst until it's on. As soon as it's on, it's like, okay, everything's fine. I thought if I could not mess it up, that I could cover the cake board and the cake in one go, because their cake board is covered. It's looking good. There's definitely some like crackage here that I'm not loving, but it to the cake board worked out really lovely. So far I feel good about these two, but they are dummies, which they're just styrofoam. I'm a little bit nervous about the actual cake, so even though it's the smallest cake, I left it for last because I knew that it would be the most challenging. Go, cake, go.
Looks good.
I feel a big air pocket right here. Now, Kate's just gonna cover that. Oh my God. Oh, Kevin. Oh my God, it's getting worse. It does have a lot of appliques, so it has that going for it, but crap. Okay, well, the side that's facing me looks great.
It's always the last one. Never the first, always the last.
This one's taller, so it needed like more fondant, even though it's like smaller, you know? I think that I can patch it though. I'm not gonna lie, I've never done a fondant repair like this, but I think this should work. I feel like once this is at the back of the cake and he's got an applique on it, it's not gonna be that bad. Tell me it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Okay. Assembly. I feel like I need chocolate or something to help this stick. Kevin says that water is good enough because the fondant will get sticky, but I'm used to putting icing, but we're doing this.
You can use chocolate or icing if you want.
No, there's no backing out now. A lot less scary when it's not cake. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, it's heavy. It's turning. Kevin, it's turning. My whole leg went up as if it could counterweight it. Like I'm on a balance beam, just like, oh. Okay. Hey, things are coming together. Now for all of the appliques. Freezer isn't necessary. It just helps it pop out a little bit easier, even though it still broke. The dust. It is metallic. Okay, the two bakeries, the first one, they didn't even do like a dust or appliques. They just did like beige piping on it. The second one did appliques, but they just did some like gold dust. It is not that. It is like green, but gold, but black, but like a little bit of silver, but like metallic-y. It's so hard. I sat there for like 3 hours looking at that dust, and I made the perfect dust blend, and it's like a little mix of like silver and like a white shimmery gold and some matte black and a little bit of this like pretty blue. Anyways, it is not perfect, but I do think that it's close, and I do think it looks better than what the one Star did. It's metallic-in.
I feel like it's like not good.
No, Kevin? No, Kevin. We're not playing with Lori right now.
It looks great.
Thank you. We love it.
Perfect.
Also, my microphone wire just broke. Audio change and new microphone. No more things are allowed to go wrong. Even though it doesn't feel like that many things went wrong, everything took a long time, and finding the right perfect color and the perfect appliques, like, I feel like I've just got so much time invested now that everything needs to go perfectly fine from here on out. I'm sorry, this is my first time actually seeing like all of the things starting to come together. I'm currently taking deep breaths because that was the custom color blend dust that looked so friggin' good, and when I made it, it looked flawless. But then the black took over the shimmer a little bit and dulled it, and then when you put it sideways on the cake versus the lights hitting it from above, it dulls it. And I feel like you can barely see the shimmer, and now it's like bothering me because I'm so deep into this cake and I've spent so much time, and I desperately, like, I want it to be the way that I know that it can be. So I'm now very delicately trying to dust on top of the little pearls with gold. It is not ideal because that shimmer is such a weird shade. It's not gold, but like this is making them stand out a bit more. And the other thing is, like, in person, I can see it so much more. We're looking through the lens, you can't even like barely tell, I feel like, that there's any shimmer on it. So this is my life now. I bought so many different fondant molds and tested them all out, trying to figure out what exactly that applique is, because it looks very leafy, but there's like vines and it's hard, and I cannot hand do each one. That would be insane. So the closest I got was with this one, which made this kind of leaf. And I think that kind of coming up, it's not gonna be exact, but I do think it's gonna be close enough with all the other details that you're not gonna notice. When I was playing around with the different options to figure out what was the best way to achieve this look, I did also just make a bunch of like handmade leaves and try to put them on a vine. It was insane. Not only did it not quite look right, but it would have taken so friggin' long. So I think that this is the best way to achieve the close enough look without it being insane.
This is where we need the overhead camera rig.
Then we wouldn't be able to cuddle.
Actually, I should take advantage of this. Oh, that's so much better. I can just lean on you.
I can just give me a little camera rest. This
You're moving too much, so the camera's shaking.
This isn't impairing my workout.
How long do you think that this whole cake's gonna take? This part of it?
I don't want to talk about that, Kevin, because I think it's going to take a really long time. More flimsy when it's not in the freezer. Yeah, how's this look?
Good.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I think you probably could have just done the gold in the first place, though.
No, Kevin. We need the custom dust I spent so many hours making. We're just going to delicately... Oh, okay.
That looks pretty good.
That looked pretty good. Okay, how long did the one applique take?
We're at 7 minutes.
No. We're gonna be here 1,000 hours. Well, that took like just over an hour. I think we're about halfway done the appliques. I feel really good about them. Use my styrofoam ball to kind of place like where I'm placing the flowers without manhandling the flowers. Part of my problem with my flowers, though they're stunning, is that they are flat bottomed. So I think usually when like professionals do sugar flowers, they wire them so you can stick them into the cake. I hate wiring, I suck at wiring, so I just made flat bottom flowers that we're gonna try to just push into the cake and seal with chocolate. I also made all of these like dried leaves that we can kind of place around, which is the same problem, they're dry. When wet fondant sticks to wet fondant, it's easy to stick. Dry fondant, a little bit more challenging, so we need to do all the appliques and then hand place on all the flowers, but like, can we have a moment? If I just like stick this here. Look, can we, look, ah! It's coming together. Super curious to see how you think I did. This is what I had ordered. This is what the 2 bakeries gave me as the 1-star bakeries. I think I did pretty good. It did take a lot of time. All the appliques and fondant flowers, they were like 3 hours to put on, but I'm really happy with it. Where I think I lacked a lot was my fondant covering skills, because there's definitely some cracking going on. And I've got like that patch at the back. So those are like my main critiques that I would love to improve on. But all the other things, really excited and happy with it. Let's see how it tastes. It's like a crime to cut into it. I feel like it's the prettiest cake I've ever made. Now, like, I am also like a very like green color lover, so that's giving for me. Look at all the tiny layers. I don't know, I feel like I just made like my dream cake. It's so cute. Chocolate mocha. It's giving what I wanted to give. It's almost like a brownie cake, the level of chocolate in that, but the like light, subtle tone of coffee and mocha, like, it's giving. I'm going to be digging through the comment section to see how you think I did. Be brutal, give me a review, where I could improve on, how much you think I should charge for this cake if I was going to sell this cake. Also, this was one of the most challenging wedding cakes I've ever done, but you do not need these kinds of skills and time to do an amazing cake in buttercream. Links down below for my course. Don't forget to check it out, and I love you. I'll see you in the comments.